Hey guys, it's just a quick video on using tapered hinges to take down trees that have significant side leans, or if the tree maybe has a lot of foliage on one side of the tree and the other side is bare. You have to be really careful of that, because that's a lot of weight just in the foliage alone. And even though a tree's like straight up and down, you think it's not going to drift, and then you just misjudge that amount of foliage and the weight that's on one side of the tree. It can easily fail a hinge or just drift way off course. So this tree in this example is got all the limb weight. Almost every single limb is towards the structure, and it's leaned towards the structure. So I almost put in a scissor wheel on this one. I could have, just to be safe, but we ended up getting it to come over without that. So I'm just going to show you here a real quick example of why you want to use tapered hinges. That shed over to the right there, or the tarped off structure, is where we obviously don't want the tree to go. Well, that's where it's leaning right now, right on that structure there. So what I'm doing is I'm putting in a face off here to the left so I can get the tree to spin around and not land on that structure. If I were to not use a tapered hinge here and just try and put in a face and put a wedge in the back cut, there's a really good possibility the tree would start to go towards where the face is aimed, and then it would fail and end up on that shed over there. So what I'm doing is just starting with a real quick Humboldt cut. I'm going to trim up the sides here in just a second. And the reason for doing that, I've had some questions about why do I trim the sides of the tree. You don't have to do this if you're out just logging or something, where you don't have real like targets around that you have to be careful of. But in this situation, I do not want this tree going the wrong way. So to be more precise, you cut the sides off so you can clearly see where that back cut ends, right? So you can be more precise about your hinge wood. So this right side of the hinge wood here, I can cut that almost completely off if I want to. I really don't need any hinge wood there at all. The whole point of using tapered hinges is to keep the tree holding on the opposite side of the lean. So where I'm at right here, where my saw is the side that is under a lot of stress. Ultimately, all that foliage in the lean is trying to rip that tree off the stump right now and put it over there on that shed. So I need to hold a lot of wood on my side that I'm on right here. The opposite side is under compression, so the tree is actually sitting down on that side. So it's really not doing anything to hold the tree on the stump. It's this side where my bar is sticking out that is holding the tree on. I'm using a wedge just to get the tree moving a little bit in the direction I want it to go, and then I can trim up in the face area there. Since I have this wedge buried in there and I don't want to really cut too much more on my hinge on the holding wood side, I just go up in the face, I trim just a little bit, and I pull my bar out really quick just in case the tree starts to go. So now I'm in good shape. I'll just do one more trim here, and there you go, the tree starts to come over. So look at the hinge there, and you'll see how it's tapered. It's real thin on that right side. That's where the tree was, basically all the wood fibers are under compression. And then on the side I needed it to hold is the side that's under tension. So basically, by doing that tapered hinge, it allows you to keep that tree holding onto the stump as long as possible as it rotates through its path to the lay. So if this tree was leaned any harder, and really I could have just put in a scissor wheel on this just to be safe, but I thought I could get it with just a tapered hinge and it worked out fine. But let's say this tree had a lot more lean and more foliage on a target that I'm trying to avoid. I would highly suggest you put in a scissor wheel. It just is that extra precaution, and sometimes it's absolutely necessary to get that tree to rotate over where you want it to be. Alright guys, that's it. It's just a quick video on this. I'll try and do some more in-depth ones on tapered hinges and explain it a little better, but I just figured I would shoot this one so you guys can gain something from it. Alright, thanks for watching. God bless. I'll see you guys on the next one.